So I'm working on another project, another cabinet for the living room, which is still in progress. But I have a need to use a router table. So the other week I got this from Rockler. It's their little desktop router table. And I got the mid-size router plate insert. And I got it set up. The one thing I ran into was, well, this is the insert that comes with the plate. The problem is, the bit I want to use is one of those drawer miter lock bits. And of course, the size of that bit is too big for the hole in the other plate. So, I managed to finally get the router installed in the plate. And then I realized that, oh, I have to make a new make my own little insert. So I used a piece of, let's see. So I had this piece of really thin plywood, and then I had a piece of 1/4 inch plywood, and this plywood was the same thickness as this top edge. You can see it's thicker on the bottom and then the top edge. So the top piece was the same thickness as the thin plywood, and then where the insert goes into the router table, there's a 1/4 inch area. So I did a smaller 1/4 inch for the center section and the larger piece for there, and that let me make this insert. I used super glue with the accelerant to stick the two pieces together. And no, I can't see it from underneath because of the router. A few years ago when I did my big flip-top table, I had needed a 1/2 inch router. So I had gotten a rigid R2901 base, or I should say motor, with the R2911 adjustable up and down base unit. I don't know if that's called a base unit or whatever. In any case, the part that has the handles is the R2911, and this is the R2901 from Home Depot. And I really liked that one when I chose it because it has a vacuum port, and basically the whole router section is closed off. And then the cool thing about this table is it has the nice 2-inch dust collection on the back. So I'm able to connect my small vacuum with the Rockler small port kit onto there, and it basically makes almost no chips. I mean, that's the number of chips that came out for doing one of those. So I didn't clean up, and you can kind of see that's the number of chips that came out. So that's pretty good. So next I'm going to have to, and I think this did fairly well as well for adjustment, because you want this to come to a knife edge, and that's pretty much to a knife edge. There's a tiny bit, well, basically I did not have this completely squared off, and so that's why it comes in and out. Yeah, you can see it 8 sections. So the other thing I have to do, because I had just put it on here like this, turned everything on, and used this to run it across. The problem is, as you can see there, since this edge was not straight, it tended to want to catch and stop. So what I need to do is I need to come up with a nice cross piece such that it holds it. Or I've seen other people online put double-sided tape with another wider flat piece to run across, and then they use the same thing for running it the other direction as well. So I might try that too. But in any case, the big excitement for this Thanksgiving weekend was I made some progress on a cabinet over there, and I got this set up. And the big progress for today was making that little insert plate. That's the first time I've done that, so, well, first time I've had a router table set up. But yeah, that worked out really nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to using this. Since I only have so much space, this is going to work nice because I can collapse it or hang it up and get it out of the way. Eventually I might put a router table in the end of the table saw, but I have no idea when. So until then, this should work just fine. And I especially like the fact that it sucks up all the chips with the 2 vacuums. And since I have the Cyclone on the big vacuum, I'm assuming most of the chips are going to go up, but the ones that don't will just go into the other vacuum, so that's fine. That was the project for this weekend and today. So, oh yeah, this was the circle cutter that I got. It might have been at Rockler, because I know I bought a ton of stuff at Rockler. That's where I got hence why it says Rockler on everything. So yeah, that was what I used to cut the circles. And then to hollow out the centerpiece, I used one of the 2-inch Forstner bits that I got in a set of those from Rockler, so that worked really nice. I just went really slow on the drill press, glued the bottom of the centerpiece that was going to go away onto another piece of wood, so that way when it finally cut through, the loose part was outside. So yeah, I used super glue on that with accelerant as well to hold that, and that worked really nice. Just go nice and slow down through, and it made a nice edge. You can kind of see that. Yeah, so this is good. That was the project for today.